indeed, that is what it is all about. Welcome to the History Hunter. Welcome to our small adventures with the World War II time frame. We research, we travel, we go out and we find and share incredible World War II history with all of you guys. This is the first supporter video and a little update for all of you after we have got home from the Great World War II Challenge Tour. And the Great World War II Challenge Tour was two things. It was great and it was challenging. That is absolutely for sure. Oh my goodness, guys. See this? This is what we kind of live and breathe every day now on the tour. Wow. Oh my goodness. We think that the Germans were right here. That means right here. Yes, that is absolutely coming your way. Do a little bit updates here. We're going to pass on to you some new beautiful World War II shadow boxes. We're going to give them away to you. We also found a ton of World War II artifacts out there on the journey. I'm going to give you a little segment of that later, but let's see who the new Patreon team members are for the month of July. I want to first here take the opportunity to thank a lot of great people who helped us out on the Patreon thing. Thank you to our World War II History Hunter officers, KJ, Legion Italia, Randy, Matthew, Mark, Will, Greg, Michael, David, Andy, and Mark. Thank you so much for being in there for us. It is so appreciated. Our 3-star generals, Welsh Boy, Paul, Robert, Alan, Stephen, Kyle, Cynthia, and Tom. Thank you, thank you, thank you from me and Eagle Eyes. 4-star generals, we have Alfred, Daniel, and William. And 5-star generals, Daniel, Rob, Matt, and Omar. Thank you so very much. And to our Wall of Fame wonderful people, thank you Marty, Roy, Jess, Vintage Speedworks, Laura, Michael, Emil, and Motley. You are absolutely the backbone of the History Hunter Patreon team. Thank you, thank you, thank you for your very, very kind support that enables us to do just this. So we're gonna go to the second thing here. These are pretty special actually, because not often you see these out there in the terrain. So I'm not sure how far I will go in here, but it is so low under the ceiling here that I have to climb and crawl. That's a beauty. What did you find, Eagle Eyes?
It's a flash food ration.
Flash food ration container. Having been out for 5 weeks now, I'm kind of a bit in a mess situation when it comes to updating everything here, but I'm going to do my very best. There's also going to be a special video coming up later this month for all of you great people who supported us on the Great Challenge Tour. It's going to be a special giveaway, but you can see that later. That is going to be great pieces of history shared with you, and we're going to give them to you, and you know exactly who you are, who supported us. So when that video comes out, we're going to give away quite a lot of pretty nice things. New Patreon team members in July. Thank you for joining the team. Thank you to Gwyn, to Barty, The Shadow, Liza, TJ, Von Hatley, and David Johnson. Thank you. And what I did, I made one of the classical Third Reich daily life pieces. This is a card that the German soldiers could get in the cigaretten boxes when they bought cigarettes, and in there they had these small cards which depicted different kind of settings, and they kind of exchanged them and collected them in albums and stuff. And I've even seen photos when soldiers are exchanging them in the trenches while they wait for attack and stuff. It's crazy. But it's an original one, and I signed that, and want that to go to one of you just as a random little pick. Von Hatley, thank you for becoming a Patreon team member, and welcome every one of you as a team member. Together we will share history in a very special way, maybe something like this. Look here, you guys. There's a huge room here with ventilation equipment and filter, and that is actually that's a German type of pump, Eagle Eyes. Yeah, Eagle Eyes leads the way. We've been here before, so he's very familiar with the surroundings here. Yes, the Great World War II Challenge Tour was absolutely fantastic. I'm going to talk a little bit about it later. But now we're going to pass on to our Patreon team members some more details here. And what I've done, I created 3 of these. And Hope you will like them. Laurelie, you have been with us and helped us for such a long time. I hope you will enjoy this German World War II felt post. It's a very special thing that was personal for the soldiers, and the felt post could really brighten up the day, both going back and forth from the front. So that is a unique thing that will be yours. Then we have Chris Brown. Thank you for your very kind support. A classic World War II machine gun shadow box. You have the machine gun belt piece there. You have a cartridge there. That was the caliber of the MG 42 or 34. And hope you will enjoy that. Donald, thank you so very much for your very kind support. This is something that Eagle Eyes found on the Great World War II Challenge Tour, and you're going to see that video and you're going to know exactly that you have this specific piece. This is a inert, there's nothing dangerous whatsoever about this S-mine detonator. It's just a mechanical piece that is on top of the S-mine, but the story around the find of that is just absolutely incredible, and it happened at one of the most fantastic World War II locations that we have ever visited. See that? Ton of these bouncing Betty detonators, but they're not dangerous as they are now, I can promise you. Never touched them if they were dangerous. Look at that, it's just a mechanical piece of equipment. That is so cool. Yeah, that is one spectacular location, and we managed to make over 8 episodes from that area. And wow, some of the details in that region are just mind-blowing and so untouched. It is unbelievable, but you guys made it happen, so thank you for that. All right, every time some of you dedicate to pledge $50 on the Patreon thing, I have pledged and committed to create one special thing for each and every one of you. And this time it is Jonathan Todd who has decided he wants to become a team member, help us out to go out and reach more targets or locations. And we created this beautiful German World War II boot iron shadow box. These are original, never used front toe irons for the German boots, and it came from a stockpile that was given to us by a gentleman whose father, or was it grandfather, owned a farm, and the Germans came, took over the farm and said, we are going to have this place for resting our horses and you know, do all of this stuff here and just have a maintenance facility. And that is where they come from. So thank you to Jonathan for becoming a patron team member, because it helps out being out doing stuff like this. This is the very first feature that you will encounter when you come here. Death. This is death. That is a shutter that keeps you out. And if the Germans said you're not coming any further, I can promise you, you would not get any further. Little something special to one of you out there. Eagle Eyes found a spectacular thing. He found this little piece from a Messerschmitt 109, and that turned out to become one of the most incredible, exciting explores we ever done. And that is just a tiny little piece of that, but you can see it actually has the color still intact on it. And Eagle Eyes picked this gentleman here to be the future keeper himself. He did that all by himself. I said pick somebody who will have the opportunity to be the future keeper of that, and you helped us out quite a lot on this journey, and I just want to say a huge thank you for doing that. And every time we receive a donation on the super thanks feature here, you know, that is your opportunity to help us to get some gasoline into the fuel tank and go out and find and share more. Or you could do a PayPal donation. Yes, and every time there's a donation coming in, we have the possibility to fill up the tank in the camper van, or buy some gas, or just get out there and travel and find and share more. And if you become a patron team member, as you see here, we try to give back to each and every one of you, and we thank you so much for your very, very kind support, because, you know, every time support comes in, this is the result.
Okay.
See here, Eagle Eyes found that there are bullet holes in the ventilator. You can see that everywhere, and they go straight through. So maybe the Allies strafed this place.
What is this, Daddy?
I haven't got a clue, but it looks really creepy. Every month, some of you decide to help us with a PayPal donation, and you saw that link, you can find that. And every month we strive to also give something back to you guys who do a donation. And this next month's PayPal or whatever comes in the month of August, I'll collect all the donations, and the 2 highest donations will receive some beautiful pieces. We have for August this thing here. This is a German World War II S-mine themed little display with a untouched German World War II S-mine detonator, and this is the detonator tree which used to be there, so you can have different kind of arrangement for the I'm stuck. The detonators. And this one has also got the number and the date on the side, production code and date. That is pretty cool. And then we have one of the fantastic German World War II artillery fuse boxes that Eagle Eyes found under a rock. These we have tried to do as nice as we can, and they even, some of them have the paper filling material still inside. We dried them, we cleaned them, and some of them also has a marking on the top with a date and everything. So these are very, very rare to come across, but Eagle Eyes found a lot of them, and we want you to have it because history will be everywhere there. And as you saw, we have the PayPal link, and whatever donations comes in, we appreciate each and every one of them. The 2 highest will receive some beautiful pieces of the history. Normally, every month I will have this list for what was kind of the month before, but due to the trip that we've done all summer, I haven't been able to do that. But this is what is up for grab for those who want to help us out with a PayPal donation. And believe me, there will also be some special things coming the PayPal donors' way, because we have arranged for something special in the upcoming extra giveaway episode that will be released within a couple of weeks if everything goes well. Yes, we're now going to collect some of the pieces here for you to be the future keeper of, and that is absolutely stunning stuff to find here. That is the aircraft, and was a crew of 2. And how many paratroopers could it carry, Eagle Eyes?
It will carry 12 paratroopers.
Crazy place this here, huh?
It is.
So many features. And it was supposed to be communication central. Yes, guys, that is what we can and will share with you. Tiny little talk about the Great World War II Challenge Tour. I know a lot of you want to find out more, what happened, what did we do, and all of that. It was 2 things. It was the greatest that we've done so far, and was the most challenging. Due to some health problems that me and Eagle Eyes, my son, have had last 9 months, we thought this was either going to be the last chapter of World War II History Hunter, or the new beginning of something that's going to come in the future. And guess what happened? It was flawless. We just welded an exhaust tube on the exhaust system. Other than that, absolutely nothing went wrong. The reason for that is because you guys were so extremely kind to let us have the opportunity to go out and find and share and travel more than 3,000 kilometers. Yes, you heard right. We drove even more than we anticipated that we were going to do. And with that incredible last 5th week that we could add on, due to so many of you decided that we wanted to kick History Hunter and Eagle Eyes out another week. Yes, we did it. We did absolutely all of that. Yes, so I'm not going to ramble too much about it, but I just want to say from the bottom of my heart and from Eagle Eyes' heart that you guys made this come true, and you guys now inspired us to continue with new chapters of what we are doing. You're going to see that happening in this autumn. First, we're going to introduce a new special series of material that me and our Eagle Eyes are doing right here. There's going to be an intro video telling you exactly how and why and all of that. And that is something that we wanted to do for a very long time. Number two, there's going to be a little different way that we're going to try and do some of the material. I've learned my lesson the hard way now that I'm not a young, you know, I'm not a young guy. I'm so glad that I have Eagle Eyes as my inspiration, and he really drives me forward, same as all of you do. But I have to take into consideration now that I have to be a bit more careful about how much I do, because I do work very hard every day with what I do for a living. I work extremely hard with the History Hunter, and I also try to be a single dad for 2 kids. Well, my daughter's grown up now, but Eagle Eyes, he needs me all the time, and the combination of all of that is sometimes pretty tough. But as I said, this trip was an eye-awakener or opener for us, because now we know, because I was so low down that I was ready to just say, that's it, I cannot do this anymore. It will just take too much energy, and I'm not going to be able to do and perform as I want to with the History Hunter thing. But this journey learned me so much the last 9 months. As I said, I lost so many kilos. I stabilized my way of eating and all of the nutritions and all that stuff. And I proved to myself and to Eagle Eyes that on this journey, we're never going to surrender. And we never did. And you're going to see that. And guess what, guys? I said that we might bring back around 30 explorers. Nope, we are going to bring back more than 40 for you to enjoy and see. And just imagine me and Eagle Eyes out there going crazy with World War II history and bringing back 40 plus explorers. We are proud of ourselves, but we're also extremely proud of all of you guys, because every one of you who watch, subscribe, comment, who support us in any shape, form or way, believe me, when we are out there, we're not worried. Eagle Eyes said to me when the exhaust pipe came off, and said, Daddy, can you message someone who can weld? And I said, son, I can weld. And we fixed that exhaust system, as I mentioned, in that shop that we were able to kind of use and all that. And he's so confident that we will solve all the problems out there thanks to you. And we are so grateful for all of you out there and behind our back. And now we have proven that it is possible to do 3,000 plus kilometers in 5 weeks, guys. You helped us to go to 5 full weeks. And the next chapter of what we're going to share with you is going to be amazing. We have already planned 2 tours. We're not going to talk anything about it right now, but we have one of these tours that's going to be, oh, I cannot wait to share it more with you. But that is going to be not as tough physically, but it's going to demand a ton of research from my part. And now Eagle Eyes, he has kind of grown a little bit, and he's going to be more occupied with his school, and it's up to me now more to be able to share the content in a different way. And you're going to see that we're going to be able to do just that. Sum up, Great World War II Challenge Tour, a new update, and a special giveaway for this will come very soon. I've been working so hard, guys. Let me show you some of the things that I've been doing. Yes, ever since we got back, I've been very busy with starting to edit the videos and preparing a lot of special giveaways for special Patreon members and supporters and donors. And also there's a ton of artifacts that I'm trying to get back into great shape. And you can see this is kind of like what we start with. This is a German S-mine detonator. It's totally harmless. There's no dangers here whatsoever. And then it will end up looking like that. And like the 88mm holders for the 88mm shells, I will bring them back from here to like there, and that takes a lot of time. And each and every one of these pieces that we found out on this journey, they will be passed on to you guys. Each and every one of these pieces, they belong out there, because the motto that we have, history is everywhere. that it's going to be everywhere. Each and every one of the pieces that we found, we're going to share them with all of you. But it takes a lot of time, so be patient. But in the end, you will be the future keeper of something really interesting from the Great World War II Challenge Tour. Also, since we got back, I've actually been creating more than 20 of the different gifts that we're sharing with you guys, and it takes a lot of time to create. One is not too much of a time-consuming thing, but to create 20 of them, create all the frames, do the woodwork, do the backgrounds, get the artifacts in there. It takes a lot of time, guys, but I do it with great honor and pleasure, knowing that you will be the future keeper of some of the history that we share together. This is the rewards for going out and looking for history. Sometimes you actually find more than you ask for. Yeah, so since we got back, I've been working very hard. I have given myself 2 weeks now to sort everything so I can continue the regular style where we have a once a month supporter and giveaway video. Gonna have at least once a month a special video for you Patreon team members, and also there's going to be some special material dripping in here and there. And also, as I said and promised, there will be something very special in the giveaway for all of you on these lists here. These are the top donators for the Great World War II Challenge Tour. I'm going to talk about that later. All of these people here helped incredibly much on the Great World War II Challenge Tour, and all of you did some great PayPal donations. And the special giveaway is going to cover all of that. And I know, yeah, it's not as exciting for the rest of the people, but we are so grateful. We have to and are obligated to give back as much as we can to you guys who helped us out to do this. Oh my God, the original military beds are actually still in here. Is that an ammo crate, you guys, in there? These are basic, but at the same time they're pretty complex. All right, let's see if we can wrap up this. And before I go, there's something going on with the YouTube algorithm. Either it is kind of what is happening basically just in general, but there is something not kind of right, I feel, because we are creating even better material than ever, and sometimes I'm so surprised to see how little YouTube algorithm works for us. I've talked to a lot of channels who are doing the same things that we are. We are not copy, paste, steal of others and read out of book channel. We do tons and tons of hard work. You've seen that. And the main problem for us is that the view counts that we have are just constantly going down. You know, now we are lucky if we get like 3,000 to 5,000, 6,000 views. That is kind of basically okay. But some of the material actually deserves quite a lot more attention. But it seems like the YouTube algorithm has just shut us out. I don't know how. And now they're starting to tell us that you cannot even show a firing 88mm because it's deemed violent. So it's like, I'm really confused, but we are working very hard. And if it hadn't been for the incredible community that you guys are, it would actually be impossible for us to be able to do this, because when you do the YouTube stuff, there's what's called ad revenue. You kind of get some kind of sense for every 1,000 views, blah blah blah, all of that. If this continues with the YouTube algorithm that we are doing, we cannot run or do whatever we do, except from we can because of your extremely kind support. But the revenue coming in from the numbers that we have done the last 3 months, it's gonna break our back. But I don't want to rant too much about it, but I really can't understand what's going on. But a lot of people has told me that the type of material that we are kind of presenting is not that favorable, that it's not going to be pushed so much by YouTube. It's going to be more like if you can show a sleeping cat in a high-rise in Guangdong in China, you get a 3 million views, and that they like, or some crazy kind of kill everybody game, and then you can show millions of rounds being fired without anything happening to the channel. So I'm confused, guys, but I'm really confident that if you do this, watch the videos in full length and watch more of our videos, put on 10 of them if you want, we can actually kind of kick back a little bit and work with the material that we are supposed to do without being so afraid of what's going to happen. Are we going to be able to fill up the tank to go out and do more? Because, as I said, we're not doing this for money. We are doing this because we have a passion for this to share with all of you. But you have to be realistic also, because you're going to drag a 2,500 kilo camper van around Europe for thousands of kilometers. There's no way about it. It's going to cost a lot of money, and it costs a lot of money just to get food or supplies or metal detectors, editing programs, or whatever it is. I know I'm blah blah blahing here, but all you have to do, guys, is just be in there for us and do that. Comment, thumbs up, all of that stuff that makes some kind of activity on the channel page helps us out greatly. And I'm hoping that some of the material that's going to come out on the Great World War II Challenge Tour is going to help us to climb a little bit more on the algorithm. But I'm just confused. I'm just honestly confused of what is happening, and some of the really great channels out there are suffering the same as we do. And you can check it out yourself, and you can see people who had like 50 or 100,000 views per video doing the same as we do are now struggling to get 4,000 or 5,000. And you cannot travel, let's say, from the USA to Europe to do that. It is impossible. And we cannot travel through all of Europe without some kind of financial background to do it. And I can't afford to do this just by taking off my work money, because there's no way. There's no way. Nevertheless, that is one way you can do to help us out. Enough of my ranting, enough of this. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you stayed till the end. I know it's a lot of blah, 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 but give me a break, guys. We are doing very well here, working very, very hard, and we hope that the future will be even brighter. Thank you, each and every one of you. Thank you all for watching, subscribing, commenting. Thank you to each and every one of our Patreon team members, PayPal donators, and don't forget that super thanks feature that you can use to help us to reach and go out and do more. All right, over and out. Stay safe. Keep smiling.